happy birthday to me. So I'm gonna make a birthday cake for myself. Alright, so I'm going to be making a custard cake, and it's going to have a Oreo base thing that I found online. So that's what we're doing. I am using a recipe that I found online. I will link it in the description. But I did make some changes, mainly making it bigger because I thought, bigger cake, bigger boy. So yeah, as for the ingredients for this, we are going to need a lot of Oreos. I have about 20 here. 2 tablespoons of butter, and everything else is going to be the custard part. So we have half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We have 2 large eggs, and then we have half a cup of granulated white sugar, and then 2 cups of powdered milk, along with 2.5 cups of water. Alright, so what I first need to do is actually melt the butter, because we're going to just need it as liquid form so it mixes well with the crushed Oreos. So I don't have any more bowls. I'm going to be using a plate to melt this, and hopefully it doesn't make a mess in my microwave right there. And we have to separate the Oreo cookies from its Oreo cream. So what I have here is a bowl. I'm gonna put the creams in there. I'm gonna keep the Oreos in here. Let's get started with this tedious process. Alright, so I have all the Oreos separated from the creams. So what I have to do now is crush this, pulverize it, absolutely decimate it. And how I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc bag, then I'm gonna start hammering it. Alright, so how do we crush a bunch of Oreos, you ask? I don't actually know. I was just gonna start pressing it. So I got it crushed up pretty good, but now I think just pressing on it's not gonna be enough. Hammering it. Finished. Okay, so what we need to do now is just give it some butter to have it some like binding agent, and then we're gonna put it on the bottom of this cake pan. Right, so I have added more butter, and now I'm going to just pour it into here and then try to flatten it into like a base. Right, so I have it molded. I don't think I can really show it that well, but I have it molded. So what I'm gonna do is chill it in the fridge while we make our custard. Alright, so onto the custard part. I actually forgot one more ingredient. It's 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. So yeah, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and I'm gonna add that in first and foremost. Then 2 cups of powdered milk, half a cup of granulated white sugar. Then we mix it all up together. Alright, so with that added, we're gonna add our egg one by one. So here's one. So 1 egg. Okay, now we add the second egg. Then try to get everything kind of eggy before we move on to the next step. Alright, so the next step is to add the water gradually, meaning probably so this is like 2.5 cups. So maybe add like a half cup or so each round. Right, so the last bit of water. It looks very runny, and now I'm kind of concerned that there was too much water, but that's fine. I think we just have to cook it longer in the pan, so then it loses the water content. So the last thing that we need to add is the vanilla extract. So half a teaspoon should be enough. Oh. almost spilled more than that. Okay. Alright, so this is our custard. And so what we're gonna do now is just cook it on a non-stick pan until it looks custardy. So yeah, let's switch gears to the kitchen. And what I'm gonna do is have a non-stick pan. You want it to have edges because you're gonna be mixing a lot. And turn this up, and then we're gonna cook it. All right, so make sure the heat is on low, very low. This is gonna be a very patient process, but we're gonna put it on low, and then we're gonna just pour everything in, hoping everything fits, and it does. Okay, so we're gonna just cook it. Like, I'm gonna just stand here and mix. I don't know for how long, but I'm gonna keep mixing. Alright, so since I'm just mixing here, I guess it's like a good opportunity to sort of like talk about birthday stuff, like, you know. I was kind of just thinking, like, how do I like make this year special and different from the others? My 20th birthday, I did like a questionnaire. My 21st birthday, I just got sort of drunk. Didn't really get that drunk. It was kind of a terrible birthday in my opinion. Then my 22nd birthday was honestly a lot of fun. That was probably my favorite birthday out of like the entire college undergrad series of my life. I call it a series, like my life is a movie. I mean, it kind of is. But yeah, I think my 22nd birthday was my favorite one because I got a mango cake and it was very fun to be with friends. I didn't record that one, and I also didn't record my 21st birthday for a reason, because for two different reasons. And now I'm on my 23rd birthday, and like, I'm alone, you know? And I'm making myself a birthday cake. And I don't even know if it's gonna turn out well. But I think that's kind of the beauty of it. I think this is sort of poetic in the sense that I don't know where this is gonna go. I've never done this before. And I'm just hoping for the best. And I'm ready for failure. Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm pretty sure it'll still taste good. It might not look appealing, but I'll still eat it. And I think that's just sort of the lesson of like this chapter of my life, that I am going to be in sort of the unknown of like things. I don't know if the things that I'm doing will end up being good, or if I'll like end up like screwing up. But that's just sort of the beauty of living in the unknown. Like, for probably the very first time in my life, I'm kind of just lost. And I'm not like dejected by that. I don't feel like that's a bad thing in my world. I think that's sort of a good thing, because then, you know, you're lost and you get to like make your own path to like get out of being lost. But you know. So I don't know. Maybe my 23rd birthday is just going to be like a poetic, philosophical birthday. Maybe I'm not gonna do anything like fancy. I'm saying that like I'm not doing something fancy right now with making a birthday cake. But yeah. This video will probably be put out the day after my birthday. Because that's just how much editing I had to do probably. But it also times it perfectly because it's also my mother's birthday. So in a way, this is really like every birthday that I have had has really been like in the back of my head, like also a celebration for my mom's birthday. And I don't know. I also sort of kind of feel bad because I forgot that it was her birthday. Like last week, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like, we share pretty much the same birthday. And like, it made me feel really bad, but like, I think I just had a lot of things going on that week, so I was just kind of preoccupied. We'll check back in a bit after I've had a few more philosophical conversations with myself. So until I finish cooking this custard. So I've been stirring this for about 30 minutes now. Pretty much this kind of consistency. So yeah, so that's what we're looking for. And now we're gonna turn off the heat, and we're supposed to let it rest inside of the pan until it cools down, and then we transfer it into the custard mold. So yeah, we're just gonna let this cool down and then come back to it when I pour it into the mold. All right, so it's cooled down now, so I'm gonna pour it into the mold thing and just set it and then put it in the fridge for another half an hour. Probably more than that because I don't want to have a situation where it doesn't stay. So that's what I'm gonna do. Not the most beautiful cake in my opinion, but it's still like the first cake that I've ever made for myself. So I'm kind of proud of how much I did. Alright, so here it is for now. I don't know if I'll add like Oreo shavings on top to like give it some more color, but this is gonna head into the fridge for 30 minutes and then we're gonna pull it out. If it doesn't look set by then, I'm probably gonna keep it in there for a while. I'm probably gonna keep it in there for like an hour or two because I need to eat lunch and this isn't lunch. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so I decided since it's my birthday that I can get takeout food that's actually expensive. So I got myself pho. So yeah, here's the soup for it. Here's the things for it. I got beef, of course, because it's the best flavor for pho. And then in here is tofu spring rolls. Alright, so it's time for me to grab the cake out of the fridge and unravel it. So we have it right here. I am now going to dramatically open it. Ooh, okay, so I released it. It's been about, I say, 3 hours. So I'm hoping this sticks, and it looks like it is. And it's a really flat cake because it's a really wide cake. So this is what I expected to happen. But it looks pretty good. It actually has like a nice like sort of effect to it because of the Oreos not being all flat. So the Oreo layer is actually pretty nice and craggly. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Hoping that it's actually capturing it properly. But see how like the edges are very uneven? I think it's more artistic now that way. And I think I'm gonna try and cut into it. Okay, so I am going to cut the cake. It's time to cut the cake. I probably should have taken a picture before, huh? I'm gonna take a picture now. I'm gonna take a selfie with it. Alright, so I'm gonna serve it onto my plate. Just gonna slide it, I guess. Okay. So then there's some scraps of Oreo. So this is what it looks like. I think it actually looks pretty nice. It's like a really nice custard. It's not really a cake, so I did lie. But that's fine. People lie. I lie a lot. But okay. Now that I have my cake, let's make a wish. Oh my god. Okay. I don't want to get copyrighted by that. Okay. I want to make a wish. Alright. I'm gonna dig in now. Let's see. Okay. It's so good. Oh my god. It's like what I expected it to taste like, which is milky and also Oreo-y. Oh my god. Okay, I'm like really proud of myself for doing this. So happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to my mom. And hopefully this year will be good. And it will be. if I'm going to make it good. So, see ya!